Feeling a bit disconnected in your walk with Christ? Well, Pastor Greg Laurie has a great new book called What Every Growing Christian Needs to Know that'll help.
Let's say you're feeling lethargic and tired. If you have a diet of social media and you don't take time for the Word of God, this is going to have a damaging effect. So this is just one of the things we talk about in this new book called What Every Growing Christian Needs to Know.
Available at harvest.org.
If you want to be used by God, just be faithful in the little things. Do whatever is in front of you. Have you ever noticed that when Jesus called people, they were always doing something? Like when he called Peter, James, and John, what were they doing? They were mending their nets. When he called Gideon, what was he doing? He was threshing wheat. When he called Elisha, what was he doing? He was plowing in a field. It's been said, if you want to find the right person to do a job, find someone who's busy. Oh no, find someone with time in their hands. No, find someone who's busy, who's active, who's doing that thing that is right before them. Be faithful in the little things. I remember when I first was called to ministry, I volunteered my services at Calvary Chapel in Costa Mesa. This is during the Jesus movement. If you've seen the Jesus Revolution film, you may remember. And so I went into Pastor Chuck Smith's office and I said, Chuck, I want to serve the Lord. Is there anything I can do? And I was hoping he'd say, well, Greg, would you like to speak on Sunday morning? No. He says, Greg, I want you to talk to one of our pastors here, Pastor Romaine. Well, I didn't know who Pastor Romaine was. Pastor Romaine used to be a sergeant in the Marine Corps. And when he saw a very young Greg who had hair back in that day, he saw free janitorial work. And that's exactly what I did. I swept leaves underneath the pepper tree it seemed like the only purpose of this tree was to drop leaves every 3 minutes. I scrubbed toilets. I did other janitorial things, but they were wanting me to be faithful in those little things. Then, before I knew it, they said, hey, Greg, why don't you go and do this hospital call over here? Or why don't you go over and speak to these folks in a convalescent home over there? Hey, why don't you go do this other thing? And then they gave me more and more to do. Do you want to be used by God? Do what's in front of you. God isn't looking for ability. He's looking for availability. Just say, Lord, here I am. Send me. Hey, everybody. Thanks for listening to my podcast. Before you go, I wanted to let you know about the important work we're doing here at Harvest. We've had the same goal these last 50 years, which is simply this. We want to know God and we want to make him known. And we do that in a lot of ways. Documentary films, animation, radio, television, large-scale evangelistic events, and more. If you want to be a part of what we're doing to fulfill the Great Commission, you can support us with whatever you can give at harvest.org/donate. Again, that's harvest.org/donate. And thanks so much.